No. It's the first time this tour because the live I played. It's here is a drum machine.
Drum machine?
Yeah, it's all the drums and the bass are from this.
Selamat datang di Naik Level, tempat di mana volume mentok kanan dan bising bukan lagi jadi gangguan. Di sini kita nggak cuma dengerin suara, kita masuk ke dalamnya. Today we are diving into the world of an artist whose work moves between electronic music, digital arts, and sound art, where rhythm, noise, and abstraction collide. Lois Lazur is a self-taught producer with a deeply open and exploratory approach to music making. His work is primarily rhythm-driven, moving across styles while blending industrial textures, dub-inspired tones, and elements of metaphysical poetry. His composition don't just ask to be heard, they invite you into a space that feels immersive, shifting, and sometimes disorienting. Hey Lois.
Hey.
Welcome to Naik Level.
Thank you.
It's really great to have you here. I'm curious, before we get into everything, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really good. We are sitting in the Cuckoo Cafe in the middle of the forest and surrounded with friends, and it's a perfect place to perform my music. And we had a really chill afternoon, and yeah, I'm feeling really good.
And where are you joining us from?
For now, I've been for approximately 15 days now in Indonesia. I play several shows before coming to Lombok. I was in Java, in Jakarta, Bandung, and Jogja, where I meet some artists from the local scene and play music in a small DIY venue. But it was really good to play my music with the noise scene and different artists from different backgrounds, and every show was really interesting, and I met really different kind of music and people, and my first time I'm coming in Indonesia, and I heard a lot of what's going on here and the music scene, and some artists sometimes move to Europe, and I sometimes met them, and I was really curious to come here and to see by myself how does the music scene living and the things going on, and I'm really always good and nice surprise I had, and I met really wonderful people on the way. Yeah.
Do you see an extreme difference between here and in your place?
I mean, there is difference, and there is things we also make in common. I think the common way is about the alternative music and culture, all things set up and all things going. It's as most of times, it's people, they are really passionate by the music, and they really want to be a part of this movement and this community of people. And I think for these things we do have in common this same way of doing, where people know each other from connections, from bands touring, and some people are artists. They're also organizing events. I mean, everyone having different kind of role all around the fact everything can happen around the music, not only being an artist and performing and that's it. It's having a more a large way of being and implication in what's going on. And this kind of sense of big extended family all around the different islands in Indonesia, where people know each other from far or close. And in Europe, in France, it can be a little bit the same. It's just we maybe right now the noise scene is not as much as active as it is right now here in Indonesia.
Oh, really?
I don't know, from my point of view, also maybe because recently I was not so close from this scene, but I've been belonging to all this just experimental electronic music. Where does it goes? And yeah, I felt there is some also some like I don't know. In some ways, the political meaning of what is going on around the music, which is always like the what does it mean to just bring this, try to make things with a low budget, where even more no budget, and still try to make something happening out of this. And yeah, it's I think somehow the DIY scene is kind of everywhere the same with different like I don't know economic reality for sure, but it's the ideas of doing things by yourself and just trying to build community around this. It's kind of similar, I guess.
So you are a totally independent artist.
For I mean for the scene I do belong in France, it's still an independent scene, even if we now there is a kind of state support, or electronic music is now more recognized as like music gender. It's less underground than before in Europe right now because of the club culture, because of the evolution of the public and stuff. There is still a lot of part of it where artists are working by themselves, producing the album by themselves, working with independent label as well. So where everything is set on, you have to be really independent, and also works with a collective idea of putting things together with other artists, organizations, or whatsoever. As yeah, it's not the same because I set in a different reality, politically and economically. But as a matter of fact, is more like I'd like to I like to have the full. I mean, I know doesn't have any boundaries on where I'm going with my music and where I play it, and I don't know. It's still wondering where it's gonna go and how I'm gonna go with it. So I'm still like working on a lot of different stuff by myself, which can mean like I'm independent, but I also play in really different type of gigs and shows, which can be more institutional or really like underground.
Okay.
And I just cross path these lines because I guess it's also a way to discover and propose your music to different public situations, whatever, you know.
So do you think that you need an actual job aside from your music project?
We in France we have a special we have a really special things that can allow us as musicians, or it can be different type of artists. We have an artist statue that guarantee us like a rent from the state. As a matter of fact, we can. I mean, for a time I was needing to have a job on the side, but since I have the artist statue, I can very focus mainly on the music or project around the music, not only about performing, but it's helped me to really concentrate all my works around music and artistic projects or workshops or different kind of things. But I try to focus my scale of working around the music, not only by performing, but also by doing different things. But I concentrate all my works around this. Yeah. But I can do it because we have this statue in France, which is really special to France, that can help us to having a stable income when we don't have like a lot of performances. So yeah, it's giving a kind of like a security, yeah, for sure. And this is a big chance because otherwise, I will need to manage my time and my money to make
to do the tour.
To do the tour and to also allow myself to spend time on creation, which is a time that an artist need to just looking for ideas, which is a time that you cannot be paid for somehow. It's really hard to, you can sometimes finding phone for it, but it's this period of times and you never know when it's going to come. You know you can just get more time to just develop ideas and trying things. Yeah. Sometimes you can be like, it's gonna come quickly, and you need to find a way to renew your statue. So in this situation, it could be stressful, but in the other hand, yes, that allow you a lot of. I mean, from my point of view, it allowed me a lot of space and time to organizing my tools, organizing my recording, album recording stuff on time, without having another schedule based on a second job or whatsoever. So yeah.
So this tour is the part of your contract with the special statue that you mentioned before, no?
Yes, I can also declare shows, and they can count for the statue.
And what do you need to do? Do you send them?
It's everything on the web pages, and you just send information on that web pages. And you have your contract have to be sent to this, but it's just everything on the web now.
So it's pretty easy.
It can be pretty easy. Just you just need to find contractors and everything at the time, and make it right. But yeah, it's just a question of organization somehow. Yeah, and administrative work. It's just that.
It's from the government.
It's
nice.
They create this because when they want to develop after war, when they want to develop the cinema industry, they needed people to work on the cinema industry. So they needed people also to keep the job because it needed to special skills as frame takers, and so they create this to when people they just between two movie projects they don't go find another job because they need just a stable income. So they create these statues that people working in the cinema, when they are not working on a movie, they can keep having an income during the year, so they just don't change for another job from time to another. So they can help just to have some people specifically working as a technique people on a movie, and they extend it to the performances art, which is dance, theater, music, and just a lot of different performances. So it kind of make the things that governments also putting money on, it can still decide on which kind of music or which kind of places I'm going to support or not. So the states still have a lot of influences on what is going to be officialized and well paid, and what is not going to be. And when you organize a show as a DIY show, most of the time you cannot, because you have to pay taxes on it. You have to just do all the administrative work. So most of the time, some venue you can make it. So it's kind of tricky. It's making it's like state can hold all the structure and the frame structure of in France, and so it's also say that the state still having influences on which kind of cultures that we promote or not. So, and even if we still have a really open, some people inside are really trying to sometimes go for looking for some really specific music or alternative or stuff like that. It's making this things that if you want to work as a contract artist, you have to go for places where sometimes they go more for more popular music, or going less into some really alternative things. So you have to find a balance, in between to make your way through, and even though understand all like all the subvention working administrative things works as well. So it's getting you a little bit more into some thinking more at the production, less than the artistic, because most of time people we just as a decision on the money, they are thinking more sometimes on the production side because they're not artists. They don't see about what's the artistic meaning on the end, and they're more thinking about how much it's going to cost, how many people are going to come, and think with a more economically way or what it's And so because I use my name, it's really personal. I guess it's also a question of can you see yourself being like this, using as a project, because in the end, when you go into the music industry, music is a project like another project, they sell it, they have a prices, you're entering some kind of more capitalist way of what is the music, and the people working for this industry are thinking that way. So you can try to make them change, but they won't. What they see is like how much money I can make with this person, and how much I have to invest to get money out of this. So yeah, it's just I don't know. It never happened to me that having this kind of propositions. I don't know. I don't seek for it, so it won't came out from nowhere. But also, it's a question of where the music goes right now, And I guess, it doesn't make sense for me really to make my way through like the real industry of music. Even I don't think my choice is gonna bring me there. So yeah.
I can see it while you performing.
Yeah.
Before you seem enjoying yourself so much that you don't really care about your surrounding, if they are listening to your music or not. I think you just care about the black monkeys, no?
Yeah, I think if I saw them, I would just care about them. But for this afternoon, it was also, it's always for me the hardest show, this kind of situation, because it's only people small communities, it's really like raw and frontal, and the dispositions as the people can sit, go around, they can play cards, they can. I see my performances not as here there's a show, and we are in a different setup as a like concert places, and there is a light, and everything is focused on the artist. I mean, here there were a lot of things to see, the monkeys, the cafe. So I played the show in a way like I was doing the music as I felt comfortable with, and I don't see as it was the main performances. There was all the environment around was just we do it all together.
Yeah.
Like I was doing my music, but it's just everyone was doing something, and I don't think what I was doing was more important than I don't know, someone just enjoying a conversation with a friend. So this is the way I felt how it was setting up here. Yeah.
Do you agree with the statement? When you are an artist, you need a lot of time to be alone. I don't know much, but I mean there is a part of your journey that you can do it alone for sure. But I guess it depends where you are and what you want to do, and I mean for now I'm trying to get to that part. I mean, as right now for the writing of my text, yes, for sure. I never try to write a song with someone else. I never try to combine, two people's ideas in the writing of a song. Totally independent.
Yeah, it can work. I mean, I'd like to try, but for now, I try to more and more like brings people in the process of the creation. Few of the songs I played, I made it with a friend, and I like when I record a new music, new materials. I like to some people came along the process. Can be the mixing, it can be the production, it can be someone giving me a feedback on the track I send on the internet, say, hey, can you listen to this? What do you think about it? And it's I think for a time I really needed to be on my own because I was not sure how to make things. now with a little bit more time experiences, I just can have a hand of where I want to go, how I can do things. So I'm feeling like I'd like to, make connection during this process. But for sure, there is some moments where I really need to have a conversation with myself that what is the meaning, where I want to go, what I want to say, and this is needs sometimes a little bit apart. But it's always like a movement where you need to be on your own for certain times, and you also all the processes is that the music get to out of you, and when I play, when I just record a song and I put it out, I'm like, you just give it and you leave it. It's not yours anymore. It's people that's gonna interact with the music, gonna listen to it, that's gonna have like gonna make it real, gonna make that something happening. It's like your questions. Oh, you want to be popular? It's like people are gonna feel like have a sense that it makes a meaning and I like it, and I just want to listen to it back, or have this special moment during the show. I thought about these things, or I had these emotions that comes to me, and I can't have any like hand on that. I just
leave it there.
I just leave it there, and then the universe decided.
You describe yourself as self-taught. Can you take us back to the moment or situation that really forced you into that path? Was it driven by necessity, isolation, curiosity, or frustration?
All combined.
All combined.
All combined. No, it's when I start the solo Lois Lazur. It was 6 years ago. Before I had many like band experiences. I was drummer. I learned music.
Really?
Yeah, I learned music. I mean, self-taught is not true, because I still learn music from, like, I have music courses for drum. I still learn the instrument with a structure and stuff. But when I came to electronic music and producing music by myself, like I set it with my computer and my machine, and I need to make a song from nothing to something. And all this process, I didn't have any ideas how to do it. And 6 years ago, I really felt the need of. I had these ideas of music. I have these ideas of songs, and I think this kind of. I wanted to kind of have independency from this. I don't depend from other musicians. I want to try to make this whole process by myself and see where it's gonna go, and from that, electronic music, it's still something that you really depends from other people from the music scene that using the same instrument as well, or the same dispositive, or like internet provide you a lot of information, maybe too much now, or you can have you can lost yourself watching videos or going to forum, and slowly and time by time you're learning many different because all the process what you're going to use is going to bring you to, it's as important as your influences or your skills, it's because what you're going to use is going to make you go somewhere or to some because the machines, they have their own structures, their own capacities, their own sound, and you have to figure it out, is that good for you or is that not good for you, and how do you live you also kind of space of freedom. As I want to create something, I want to have freedom of put my ideas as I want they coming. And also an important thing is it have to be fun. It have to be something that you enjoy doing. So if it's too complicated, you're gonna be it's too complicated. It's just I don't have fun. If it's too simple, you'll be limited. You'll be like, okay, I can only do kick drum and I can just go further. So all these processes, you learn it by yourself, what you're gonna use, what you need. And when it comes to performances, it's gonna be when I'm on stage, what I want to do, what I want to perform, what I'm gonna play live. Because you can do everything, but is it gonna be a good idea? Or what you're gonna focus on? For
Fuck
me,
around and find out.
yeah, and for me now it's more like the vocals and the effects was the main things that I want to do. But before it was different, and I think all this process, it's you learn by yourself, and you even if from now the electronic music scene is more democratic, like it can be still expensive, but sometimes in second hand you can still, I mean, for now you can find a synthesizer, drum machine at the same price of an acoustic guitar. So,
Okay.
so if you want to start music, electronic music is not more overpriced than other instruments. Like back in the days, it was impossible for you to buy a synthesizer, and even now, like computer, like can do a lot of things, and computer can be good instrument too, and you can just I don't know, download a lot of things illegally, but you can use softwares that's gonna help you to make music, produce music by yourself, and you can explore that, and it's already a really good beginning, you know, to just I don't know, just experiment.
By the way, can you tell me about your instruments?
Sure. Okay, so we're gonna go this way.
Okay.
So here is the computer is. It's the first time I'm using computer on live. This is
This is the first time this day?
no. It's the first time this tour because the live I played, it's a really new setup that I have this time because I have to think about something that I can just travel with. So like small gauges. So I use like computer for this main structure. It's giving all the information to the machine, and all the soundscape, synths, and FX sound are controlled by the computer.
Okay.
So here is the sound card. The sound card. Sound card is just to collect everything and just to send.
I know it.
Yeah. This is a controller, really simple controller for the computer. It's just each track have a different volume, and here I can just send FX.
Okay.
Here is a drum machine.
Drum machine?
Yeah, it's all the drums and the bass are from this.
Okay.
So all the percussion and the drums you heard are from this. This is a kind of master FX. I can decide to send it to every tracks, and it's a kind of tape echo. But it also have a lot of reverb and shimmer, like so it gives this really spicy FX, and it can I can detune the sound. So when I use it, I can change a little bit the tune and creating movement. This box is a vocal processor. I just use it for my vocal effects. It's I use just a lot of chorus or stuff like that.
So you put in the mic in here?
Yeah, it's the microphone go here, and then it goes directly to the sound card.
Okay.
And this one is
the most interesting one.
Yeah, the last is it's a percussions. So it's a
percussion.
Yeah, it's a percussion synthesizer percussion. So it's based on two contact microphones. They react to vibrations. And on the back you have these controllers, which is kind of a synth, you know. And I just send the signal here, and I just go in a lot of these effects. So here is just something that I used to play live, kind of randomly, and it helped me to create movement over the sequence of the computer and the drum machine. And it's just and it's giving something more visual to see when I perform, because otherwise it's just knobs and stuff like that.
You already make a lot of tracks, right? Do you always performing the same way as you record the tracks? No,
it's really two different process, I guess. For the tracks I used to record, I mean, I think there is not half, but like for the live I did, there is two tracks. They have been recorded. They are like a recorded versions. But every time I go to live, I try to
improve.
not improve, but change the arrangement or change I go more on rhythmic to make it more like tense or dance. I go more with FX, and I think on my global like music that I composed, I think there is 40% that I just play on the records and also in live, and there is some tracks that I just they're gonna belong to record versions but never go to live, and some tracks I produce for live I'm never gonna record them for recording because that doesn't really make sense for me to be on a record, but it makes sense on a live situation. So it's always I always try to adapt a little bit, and sometimes I knew some tracks because the way they arrange, and I want to still focus on what I can have on live. It is not going to really work. You know, I cannot really play as I like it. So I think there is 40% in both sides, and the rest is either only live, either only recording. But I feeling like many electronic musicians doing that way, and one thing I like is electronic music allowed you to do this. It's not like if you are like a indie pop band and you have your songwriting is really strong and you can readapt some part of the arrangement, but you cannot play just track out of nowhere. Even the public, the audience are gonna be like, but it's not like the album. It's not in electronic music. People are not really focusing from what they can hear on the record and from what they're gonna see on live. Because you also need to adapt, and it's really important to adapt to the audience, the place. Is that like here, chill in the afternoon, or is it like midnight in the club? People are not gonna like respond to the music, so it's good to also can adapt a little, change the BPM, change the way even you play it, play more with FX, or you playing more with chill and with your vocals. So I guess electronic music works like because it have to match with the environment. That's why DJ also do it a lot. You know, they just can read a bit what's going on and select music from here. When you play live, you can do less as a DJ can do because you can select many different songs, but you can adapt a bit. Even your set list, you can this song. There is songs I didn't play because I'm like not gonna match here. You know, they. So it's always good to
adapt to different kind of situations.
Have a little part of improvisations that you can just in this space decide how you're gonna do it. You know. Yeah.
So it's really normal for electronic artists to adapting to different kind of situations.
I guess so. I mean, it's. I think it's. I mean, I don't know if everyone do it, but I think it's important to know a little bit how it's gonna be, the sound, what it's gonna be, and in the end, it's also the works of the you know, like the programmer, like to decide if it's gonna work at this time or this time, you know. But even though I think you still need to every time think about what is it before, what is it after. Is it gonna be? Does I want to make it fit with the rest, or I want to do a break? It's gonna be different. I think it's good to feel that you can adapt and match. And I think for people I know around me, they just try to do it. You know, like try to. They can change. You can change your live set from top to the end just because you play 2 hours late than what you think or whatsoever. But still, you know, to just try to make some changement. Try to And I guess also electronic music, as I do, is every time I just make some little changements. That's I think 90% of the people not gonna hear it or notice it, but every time I'm like, I can change these little things, or I can just route an FX in a different way, or some like parts of the rhythmic. I'm like, this part is too busy. It needs to be more calm. It needs to, yeah. So, yeah.
And then, how important are accidents, glitch, errors, unexpected noise in your work? Do you create space for them, or do they just happen?
I think I'm just. I think I had my previous live set was really, really like. I have a lot of things to manage and to focus on to make things work all together. So it leaves a lot of room of surprises and also like mistakes. And now on, there is less room for that somehow. But I can still decide if I just want to go extremely loud on a certain effects and stuff like that. I can still do it. I think in the process of creation, there is a lot of room for that because you need to bring things happening in life to the music, to make it, to make some things going on. And accident can be really like, not accident in the end, it's just also like how much you want to, because you are playing with machines, the machines have to, it have to be fun, so machine have to surprise you. This FX, for example, I never know sometimes how it's gonna go and what kind of sound I'm gonna have from that. The percussion also, it's because the microphone are really sensible. So from a side to another, I will have a different sound, and I never know like I know the tone of the instrument in general, but I never know like what it's gonna bring. So I still surprise myself most of the time, but I try to do it right now in a like. The set is really composed, and from the top to the end, I know where it's gonna go. I'm not. Nothing is really random. Also, because another reason is as I'm using vocals and I have the vocals parts, I need sometimes that I know how it's gonna sound, and I can place my voices on the music, and I'm not improvising my tone of vocals because the music is random too, and I too much got to improvise over it. For a time I was doing it, and sometimes it's working, sometimes it didn't, and when vocals is out of tunes and everything, it's hard, and you lose total self-confidence on stage, and it's really hard then to get along it. So now, as I also like using vocals as also a really important part of my music, it's need to get to some structure and to some like tones and sounds that I know, that I'm sure that this part is the chorus and I know how to sing, and I can just drop on it easily. Yeah.
Okay. How do you imagine an audience when you create, or does that come later?
It depends. When I create, no, I don't just. I like to be in nature. I like to be more like, I like to be in like. It's hard to think about the audience, but I think when I rehearsal, when I'm working on the live, I don't know, next Saturday, I'm going to play there. I know the place already, or I know pretty much how it's going to be. Then I focus my performances on where it's going to be. But when I compose the music, I have no idea. I don't think about, I'm trying more to having images, or more like, some kind of ideas of a song. I want this song to be like based on the bass sound. So the beginning of the song will be just a bass. So I start from the bass. Or either sometimes I will be like, sometimes I'm using just a soundscape.
Soundscape? You record it live?
Yes, I can record, or just sometimes I just using some sound bank, and I like just to have an ambiances to be like, okay, is it bright? Is it dark? Is it I try to make fit into like a more general storytelling, and either sometimes I have an idea of a text, I didn't write it, but I want to talk about a certain subject, and I'm like, this subject, what is a good music environment to talk about these things particularly, and at this moment I cannot think about how people are gonna respond to it, because it's gonna give you a limitation, because you're gonna be like, nah, it's gonna be too cheesy, or it's gonna be too I don't know. You can't figure it out in the end. So for the really creative process, I try, but sometimes you're making production, you cannot, help yourself. But I try to avoid the maximum of this. I try to be more like, does that make me feel good? Does that make me feel I like it? Does I just can belong to? Does that make sense to me? Then I will see further, like after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, if I still like it. And then when I prepare like performances, yeah, sometimes I'm like, okay, it's gonna be this kind of ambiances, so maybe you have to think about it's gonna match, or yeah, you have to project yourself a little bit. When I rehearsal, I prepare a show, I'm doing some kind of projection of okay, how it's gonna be to be on performing. But it's another way of because it's more like what I'm gonna do on stage, what people gonna see, and what I want to bring, what I want to focus on, and yeah. And this moment, you're more, thinking about is there gonna be people? Do I want to make them dance? Do I want to make them like more chill? I don't know. Yeah.
You just don't want to lose your self of sense as an artist.
Yeah.
When
yeah.
you think about how the audience going to react to your music.
Yeah, even though sometimes it's really. I mean. Sometimes because it's not really dancey. There is movement, but it's not super, like the set I play was not super like dancey. So a lot of things happening inside, it's sometimes some people are like completely poker faces for all the show, and in the end they're like, I enjoy it so much. So you can be really destabilized from that, and most of the times I'm more like movement from the music. I like when people like just get the movement, not even dancing, but just getting the movement with the music. That's really helped me to feel like there is an exchange with the crowd. But you can never know from like how people are gonna what's going on with themselves. I can be really like poker face audience and really enjoy a show like in my inner world and stuff, and be just sitting on the back and not even be front, and just really having a big
great
connection
with
the music. So now I try to not too much I don't know, get destabilized, but people looks boring or bored by what I'm doing or whatever, because you never know, like in the end.
Yeah, I get it. With such an open approach, how do you know when a piece is finished? What tells you to stop?
I guess when you're, but it's hard but I guess when you're starting to, we're going too far that it's losing sense. It's just, sometimes when you
just think, okay, this is enough, no?
Yeah, but it's hard because you always want to make it better. No. But I guess sometimes you just come out with it like what is needed to say, like what I want to say. Is there enough information to feel or to have a sense of it? After all, now I'm still learning in production, like how the sound is finished. It's still like really, you can always add a little thing to it. It's more about, for me, it's the first 80%, they really come really, 70% come really, really fast. You have no idea to come up with things go by themselves. You have a really creative happening, and then when you have this, like the sound is here, but it's not standing by itself because it's using silent vocal part, it's using singing part, or like a breakdown or whatever. It's more like arrangements, and sometimes you still have to go back to the first version of the song, what makes you like it first. I mean, it's like a relationship, you know, you always meet someone and you know you always have something that makes you like this person at the first, even your relations with someone else and you have different ways, you know, you always have to remember like what is the first impression, what is the first like feeling that I have to connect with something. And with the song is like sometimes when you go over and overwrite you just struggle. Sometimes it's maybe because the first idea is not that good and you try to make something out of this, and sometimes it's better to leave it and to go to someone else.
Or someone else?
No, yeah, or someone else, yeah.
It's the same thing with relationship,
Yeah. You can make this parallel. I never did it before, but it can work. Sometimes that's the way, you know, like it's easy to go for a lot. And sometimes you're a little bit struggling because, and sometimes you also need to put something out of the song and it's going to leave some more space. The hardest thing I try to do is just bring things with the less information and still, I mean, the songs can be just someone with a beat or singing and just write it out, just choose. And I try now on as my way of doing music to make it the most straightforward as what people are going to connect to. From what I know, like most of the time, people like what they like in my project from far and from like music is the vocals and the soundscape, which is kind of gentle and moving. And I try to be, this is the zone where I belong, all I can just imagine. Experience is around this, but vocals is really hard. I need to work more and technique the most. Still now I'm like, the vocal parts are not perfect, it's not coming so naturally. And vocal is the hardest because it's so much natural somehow, and also it's so much things about your expressions and controls, and it's the hardest one I actually process now. Finishing the recording of an album, all the songs are pretty like done, it's original, it's almost finished, but I'm still comforting myself the vocals are not there. You know, like, and there is not such a feeling like maybe it happened to you. Song starting, everything's good, vocals came in, and something's not working with the music. And with electronic music, it's hard to find references and ideas that work really well in this kind of music. But it's also that makes me feel the more, the most sense. I like to make some instrumental music without vocals, but I think the music I like the most, I just go back more, the writing can be really part of, you can, really put something, the song like this song, something like this, lyrics coming, that makes fun of it. It's not too much fun. You have a kind of even the way I'm writing is kind of really simple, and I just using voices more than an instrument that I'm a songwriter and doing the story. But still, you know, it's for me it's happy to get through
or Naik Level as an artist. What do you think about leveling up as an artist?
It's the blending of, the background of the traditional music is the influence that I have, I guess, in the artist process. The way also, like, here is super expensive to buy in here.
here?
Yeah.
Indonesia?
Yeah. I mean, for most people, it's big in the city. So people also like really crafting their instruments. They still find a process to get the creative act. And the way, I don't know, the way, like, I think this is more, the things I like, the discussion that I had, and that really just was really interesting for me, it was, the process is more important than the result, kind of, somehow. I mean, the result is the music you can play, but all the process and all you do it, all you use it, I see really different artists who are using the technical form here, using all the vocals, many different ideas, really creative, just to also all the process, all the things that I'm using, the limitation that I have, influence the way I'm doing the music and the result. And I made some really interesting and also the way of people interact with artists. As I say in the DIY scene, everyone is involved as an artist, as an organizer, and so there is not so much like the artist is like in this place, a bit untouchable, painful and stuff. I think here creation is way more democratic and more like it's less like they are the painters, they are all the people. It's more everything is blended all together. Yeah, everyone is the same, and everyone can just be creative in a different way, and I like this kind of
Being to go level up as an artist is using more instruments, no?
I think it's I think it depends where you want to go, but I think for me it's having more satisfaction and fun with what you do. I mean, you know that when you are really doing music and doing what you do, whatever it is, the most enjoyable way, fun and more freedom and more, you have to create space and freedom and sense of, kind of time dedicated to music that when you can have there, having fun, people can also, you can share it with people, I think,
It's all about sense of freedom and satisfaction.
Yeah, a sense of true and
sharing your works to other people around you or around the world, since you are in a tour right now.
You can do around the world. I think yes, and the sense of that what you're doing is true. It's sincere.
Okay, Lois, because the time is limited, and it's too bad that we only have this short time to do this kind of conversation, but it's really nice to have you here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. As we always say to every artist, thank you for let us healing your time.
We gather here in this place, perfect to do this kind of conversation and interview, I guess. I'm really looking forward for coming to Manajer.
Yeah, please. Okay, the time is enough. Thank you, Lois. Thank you so much. Thank you for Kuku Cafe in Tete Batu for having us as well. Ingat, dunia ini bukan menciptakan tempat yang tenang, dan kadang suara paling bisinglah yang paling jujur. Sampai jumpa di ledakan berikutnya.